Hey, this is G with All Astrology, and welcome to a reading for Capricorn. This is for Scorpios, Scorpio Ascendant, Scorpio Rising. This is actually going to be a free reading, so listen carefully because in a minute I'm going to give out a birth date, a birth time, okay? This could be you, all right? Right now I have to kind of go over some of the current energies we're facing. We have our moon in Aries. Today's date is December 6th. So we've got the fiery Aries moon happening. Fiery Aries moon is all about what I'm passionate about, okay? Where I'm going to take action with what I'm passionate about. Remember, Mars rules Aries, okay? Mars is, I'm not going to give up. I want to fight. I want to be the leader. I'm going to take charge. I'm going to step out front. Mars is the Marine. Mars is the soldier, okay? These are Aries things. So wherever your Aries is in your chart, it is that area of your chart where you will not back down, where you feel like you should be the leader of something, where you take initiative, okay? Where you're passionate. It's something you're just like, you don't know why you have this drive about this thing, why you're so assertive. And if you're extreme, you could be aggressive in this area of your life. So check that out for yourself. And if you don't know how to do that, you could always comment some stuff down below, which by the way, I am G. This is All Astrology. We give away one free high quality reading to each subscriber. Okay. So listen up. In a minute, I'm going to tell you how you can go about doing that. All right. So let's finish this energetic report for right now. So we've got our moon in fiery Aries. Aries can be very juvenile. Aries typically is the youngest, is the child, is the baby of the zodiac, okay? I mean this in the kindest way, okay? I have a lot of Aryan energy in me, by the way. So anything I'm about to say, it's not about me, talking crap about a sign in astrology, all right? There's a lot of prevalent things that pertain to me just as they pertain to you. Aries is the child of the zodiac, okay? They are very focused on me. What about me? They feel like they're kind of similar to Leo in a sense, where they think the spotlight should be on them, where they think that they should be able to take charge of something, where they feel that they know enough to be the leader, okay? They like to be, if you think about horses at a race, they want to be that first one out of the gate, so they are very impulsive, okay? The Aries energy, typically, think about the opposing energy of Aryan energy. Here's Aries, and at the opposite end is Libra, okay? Aries is impulsive and thinks self. What does Libra do? Libra thinks about compromise, thinks about not just me, because that's Aries, me. Libra is we. You and me, we, right? Libra wants to, appease the left and the right, okay? Aries is just like, I could give a shit. This is what I want. That's Aries, all right? One of the great things about the Aryan energy is that once it matures, Aries is like a fine wine. When it's developed, okay, it becomes full. It's got great depth to it because it's learned how to elevate the me mentality. And it's learned, it's grown. And it's grown so much it actually can take on some of the Libran qualities where it thinks about we. So a high elevated, highly developed Aryan individual will now understand, oh my God, there's so much more going on than just me and my perspective and what I want and my desires, right? If I want to be in a relationship, Libra, I have to consider both. I have to talk about the both of us. I have to, be willing to process these things and compromise, okay? So that is just a little bit of a little, Aryan energy and how it is. Actually, I love Aryan energy. I love the fiery, get up and go-y, optimistic, fun, youthful stuff, right? That's the kid in us all, is the Aryan energy. Now let's move on, okay? This is, like I said, a free reading. And so before I mention that, how do you get a free reading, right? How do I get a free reading from All Astrology? You go ahead and comment down below this video or any other video on the channel, okay? But this is a video that is specifically going to be set up for Scorpio Ascendant, Scorpio Risings, all right? So it doesn't matter what video it is, doesn't matter what rising sign you are, just comment your stuff down below. Just give me your birth date, your birth numbers, all right? do yourself a favor and tap the bell. Sometimes I have questions, things I need to know before I can draw up a chart. And if you can't communicate that with me, then chances are you're not going to get a free reading. I have to know that you're still there and that you're still interested, okay? And I might have other things I need to know before I can go a next step with you, all right? By tapping the bell is how you'll know that I'm trying to get in touch with you. I do not use email, all right? That is reserved for something totally different. That's reserved for moolah, for people who pay. If you want free, this is the best I can do for you, okay? So grab a hold of the Libra inside and compromise and be smart and tap that bell so that you will be notified when your shit is ready. By the way, it's a high quality report. It's 100% legit. It is not computer generated, okay? Intellect, intuition, it's all there, baby. It's all there. You get the whole deal. This is all astrology. It is a holistic view of your energetic frequency grid. All right, enough of that. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you listening? I have a birth time of 10:30 a.m. 10:30 a.m., August 30th, 1964. August 30th, 1964, 10:30 a.m. You know who you are. You submitted your information. All right. Let's move on to what the message is here. Actually, this is I'm getting worn out. So far, some of these readings have been heavy. And this one, there's some good and then there's some, I'm not going to say not so good. You're already in a cycle. Okay, you've been experiencing major changes. Okay, so again, if you are a Scorpio ascendant, Scorpio risings, I'm going to talk right now about Jupiter in Capricorn. For Scorpio ascendant, Scorpio risings, this has happened in your third house. Third house is how we communicate. It's how we think. Okay, it is also our immediate environment, which could be siblings, neighbors, co-workers, okay? Could be people that we work with in some way, shape, or form, okay? It's immediate environment. It is also not just how we communicate in a verbal way, but it can also be the internet, right? It can be social media, okay? It's all levels and layers of communication. It is the house of the writer, right? Publishing, okay? It's the house of teaching, right? Like what I'm doing here. I'm sharing, and at the same time, other people see it as me teaching, okay? This is all the third house stuff, okay? Third house, you have Capricorn there. So you've been going through a doozy, but all these things I've just talked about, okay? All these things. Capricorn and Pluto, by the way. Pluto has been in this placement, in this house, okay? How you've been thinking for 13 years, and it's going to be there for 5 more years. What is Pluto? Pluto transforms. It takes whatever existed before it got there, how you thought about things, okay? How you communicated about what you thought about, okay? And it says, you know what? This is old programming. We need an update. Well, it takes the old shit out and throws it out, and it brings the new stuff in. But it works very slow, even slower in Capricorn, because Capricorn is a very diligent, methodical sign. It does things by the rules. It does not take shortcuts, okay? Because its goal is to have a super high quality product at the end, so that your thinking, by the time Pluto leaves this house, your thinking is just going to be so elevated, all right? It's going to be completely 100% transformed, all right? You have Pluto there, like I said, for 5 more years, but 2 years ago, something happened big, because Saturn entered the party. When Saturn enters the party, when Saturn comes along, it restricts things even more, okay? It limits things. It slows things down. So you might have had slower communications. You might have had your thoughts seem to slow. You may be thinking, oh my God, I think differently now. Like literally, my neurons aren't firing or something. I'm not catching on as quick as I used to. Somehow things seem even slower. This isn't going to stay forever, okay? I have good news, all right? And I'm going to share that good news with you in just a second. I just need to explain a little bit more about Saturn. Saturn's thing is all about being, doing things with a very high integrity. That is Saturn. Saturn is like, you know what? You're not going to be a risk taker, first of all, okay? Because Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. You got Capricorn in your 3rd house, right? It's all about, this is how I think, and I don't take risks. I understand that I need to do something things that have been traditionally done. You may be very fixed on traditions in general, because Saturn loves traditions. It loves doing things that have been tried and tested. That is Saturn, doing things that have been tried and tested. Having Capricorn in this house means you would be inclined, or if you're not inclined, maybe you should be expressing that way. It's business, it's government, right? Do you work in government? Do you work in business? You'd be thinking about these things. These things would be very important to you. This is probably constantly on your mind, especially the state that our country is in now. If I didn't give out the date, it's December 6, 2019. I know I didn't give out the year and I should have. So with that said, right, this might be a lot of things you talk about on a regular basis for you. It may be very common for you to constantly be talking about these things because God knows there's been a lot to talk about depending upon where you operate in your mind, on what level you use your Capricorn energy. But like I said, by the time this transit's over, by the time, Pluto and Saturn move out, which by the way, Saturn is going to leave Capricorn by March of 2020. That's only a few months away, folks. We're already in December, right? So this is a good thing, but it will bring different changes in different parts of your life. And I need to tell you, because this is a reading and it's a free reading, but I need to tell you this is going to 100% be a factor for you before that. You're going to, okay, when Saturn changes signs, it first has to hit like 29 degrees, all right? Well, this is your home. This literally hits your home, okay? And this leads me into my next part of the reading for you. You've been going through major changes in your home, in your relationships, okay? Now, I have to back up a little bit here. I'm looking at December 26, 2019. And the whole point of that is that we have eclipses happening. Now, eclipses signify changes, all right? So in your thinking, there's something you have that you need to let go of because something new is coming in, all right? There's a new opportunity. There's something coming in, but it does have to do with your thinking. It could also be in business. It could be in the way you relate. If you're in sales, you'd be a phenomenal salesperson. Because that's what the third house is, and you have so much energy there right now. You don't have natal planets there, but we all have a lot of planets in Capricorn right now. This is just how it is. This is the energy we're working with. So you have something that's coming along that's going to bring change in the way you think about things, the way you think about business, the way you think about whether you're in marketing or sales or social media, okay? There's something new coming. But the thing is, to get that new thing, you got to let something old go. It's kind of like I said about the programming. You got to get rid of some of the old programming to receive the new downloads. Okay? Trying to give you more details as to what that means. Okay, so it has to do with dreams. It has to do with a creative project and dreams. Okay? You know what that's about. You know that better than I do. All right? Dreams, fun, joy, creativity, a partnership of some sort, more of a romantic thing, I would say, dreamy-like, all right? So you know a little bit more about that than I do in your own world, all right? You can apply this. Now, let's move on to the next, we're going to 2020 for you, okay? I have to give dates for you on your reading because there's big shit happening because you have things that are lining up exactly. So January 2020, okay? There's a conjunction that's going to occur, and it means it's going to bring you tests, and it's going to create tension and stress for you on your ascendant and on your descendant. That means to you personally in your significant one-on-one relationships. You're going to probably, it's going to affect your physical, it could affect your health a little bit. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of that. Be smart. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest, doing all the things you need to do for you. Okay? Typically, you have really good health, though, I would imagine. I'm not imagining because you have Aries in the 6th house, so your vitality and strength, you're pretty youthful. I want you, hold on a second. I got to pull this other thing up. The transiting planets for you. Yeah, this is going to affect where you live. This is also going to affect where you work. Okay? Location, location, location. Things are changing. You already know this. I mentioned this at the beginning of the reading. But everything about who I am, where I work, my work relationships, where I live, my highest hopes, goals, and aspirations. Do you work out of the house? If you don't, maybe that's going to be beginning. If you already work out of the house, maybe that's going to change because you have a combination energy. You have home energy up in the area of work, and you have work energy down in the area of home in your chart. So you could do either one. You'd be successful at both, actually. You have plenty of energy in both areas. Okay? But change is coming. And it's not ending. Because along with that, I said, now I can go up to speed. March of 2020, Saturn is going to, actually before March, you're going to feel something more significant, more restrictions, literally, when it gets to your home area. And some of these things might be surprising to you. But of course, since you're hearing this right now, they're not going to be a surprise, are they? Which is always nice, especially if they're surprises that you don't care for. That way you can prepare yourself, and that is the whole point of astrology and the energy, is to understand that it has cycles, and this is nothing more than getting a view of the cycle of the energy and understanding how to prepare for it. So what I'm looking at for you is the wrong year. Hold on. I usually have somebody here with me messing around with the computer so that it can move me up to the speed, and so bear with me. I'm getting you there to 2020, and now I need the current transits for you. Yes, so you have changes coming. Now, you're going to start feeling this in February, all right? I want you to understand that. February is when you're going to start feeling this. Gosh, you have so many changes coming. You have a lot of changes coming. You've been doing massive reconstruction in your belief systems, massive reconstruction in your beliefs. But it's beliefs around home, around tribe, about your emotional security. Okay, you've been going through, you have been releasing so much crap that you carried from your past lives, childhood, just emotional, gosh, mother issues about being a mom or whatever, not being a mom, or how you're a mom, or how you just mother issues. Issues of procreation, like just lots of stuff. Been going through a major emotional body overhaul, okay? I hope this resonates for you. I hope this is helping you. All right, so again, February is where you're going to see stuff happening in the home. It's right on your IC, which is right there, which says, hey, there's a major restriction here. And like I said, it might be a surprise. So I want you to be aware of this, because nobody likes unwanted, surprises that don't feel good, right? It's not like a party surprise. It's a different kind of surprise. But it's not going to stay that way for long, because then you have something of ease coming, okay? So there's hope, all right? There's hope. But at the same time, the ease is going to come, and then it's going to kind of add an irritation a few months later, but then it's going to go back out and give you more ease. So this is good, all right? The other good thing I want to say that I didn't even get to yet, which was the good shit. I saved the good shit for the last. You have a sweet trine, okay? Did I write the dates down for that sweet trine? It was in the beginning of December, like December 26th. I started talking about the eclipse energy for you. At that time, because Jupiter is going through, Jupiter is in your house of thinking, it's setting up a nice trine. This is for all Scorpios, by the way. All Scorpio Ascendant, Scorpio Risings. It's setting up a super sweet trine. Most prominently for this person's chart, because of where their other planets are, you're going to have a grand trine going on in Earth, okay? And this affects your thinking. This affects business. This affects your significant one-on-one relationships. There's going to be surprises here. It's going to affect your social circles, your groups, the internet. You have a lot of energy by way of dealing with people in groups. You have a buttload of planets there. You really unique individuals, intelligent individuals, very earthy people. You're going to relate to those people very, very much. They're going to be transformative for you. You're going to seek out transformative, unique individuals. And you have a sweet trine coming, okay? And so this is a benefit. That's what a trine means. I'm sorry. I mean to do astrology language, but this is a benefit. It's going to affect your thinking, your social circles. Social media and internet, you can get huge benefits from working with people by that way. Like this would be that, astrology. You have a crap load of planets in the 11th house. You have Uranus in the 11th house. That's the astrologer. You have Virgo there. if you're not doing astrology, you might want to like check into it a little bit more deeper than just listening to me. You'd be great at it, okay? So I just wanted to end your video with that, and that, again, this is dealing with your thinking, with your, significant one-on-one relationships. So there's a nice ease added at this time. It's going to feel real harmonious. There might be some nice surprises. It could also affect your income in a positive way at this time, okay? And your health is probably going to get a benefit, actually, out of this because, right, we get some nice, beautiful things happening in our life. We emotionally and mentally feel good, and, our body feels it too. Okay, so Merry Christmas.